Hey, good morning, listeners and viewers from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. I hope you all woke up well and, for a start of a brand new day. It is 1:29 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas, United States of America, where our studio is located. Today, without wasting a lot of time, I'm going to be dissecting Malam El-Rufai'S interview at the Arise television. Last year, in 2023, right after the hogwash presidential election, I did an up close on Malam El-Rufai. That is where I'm going to start from. And when he threatened Nigeria, it was captioned, El-Rufai threatens Nigeria with a jihad. When in an 11-minute video, he stated how they brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu together. It was basically an Islamic coalition. It's funny today that El-Rufai is today looking for a national coalition to unseat the same rogue that he helped bring to power. And that demonstrates his treasonous hypocrisy, that the fact that he doesn't love Nigeria because he is a non-Nigerian. Without much ado, listen to clips of that presentation that I made. At the time I made that presentation, not many people watched it. It was prophetic about where we are right now. He spoke in Hausa language. So those of you who understand Hausa language, listen very carefully so that you can marry it with what he's saying today. This guy is a pathological liar. He's a devious little man. And he's partly responsible for the terrorism in Nigeria. He's a Boko Haram commander. He was accused, and well so, by that late young man from Kaduna State. Under Rufai, thousands of people in southern Kaduna died from nightly raids by Fulani militias. So what is he what is he up to now again? What does he want? 2027, I forbid 2027. I don't want to I don't want Nigeria to witness a political 2027. We want action more now than anything time else. That the people of Nigeria will come together, set aside all those things that people like him spew to get them divided, to a hammer on the political class of Nigeria. So a brand new pathway will be open for Nigeria and the Nigerian people. Take a listen. Let's start that. I'm going to... Yes, good morning. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, United States of America. This morning we have a special broadcast about what is taking place in Nigeria, especially Mr. El-Rufai'S statement about the leadership in Nigeria. He spoke like an invader to Nigeria. I don't know how many Nigerians are happy with that. I know there's something traditional about us now, something very new that is, as dangerous too. That when we see the truth, we don't speak because we are afraid of attack. We are afraid of death. Death is going to come, and they're already killing Nigerians in quantum. That the El-Rufai have that type of audacity. He has made so many very, very callous statements in the past, but this is one too much. He has, in effect, actually, as the commander of Boko Haram, that nobody talks about. They know he has been linked to it, the declared a jihad on Nigeria and its people, a jihad on Muslims in Nigeria, a jihad on those who profess Christianity, a jihad on those who are animists, a jihad on those who practice African traditional religion, a jihad on those who are free thinkers, a jihad on all Nigerians in a supposed one country, in a country that is supposed to be a secular state, in a country that religion is supposed to be a personal business and not a state enterprise. El-Rufai has demonstrated that he is truly not a Nigerian, and should be made to understand that. And perhaps for his unguarded statements, should be arrested for questioning and prosecution. Because under this man's hammer in Kaduna for 8 years, thousands of innocent Nigerian lives have been lost due to incessant attacks by Fulani militias that they import from outside Nigeria to blackmail and intimidate Nigerians, the aborigines of the country. One, for the repossession of their lands and to establish their states. This is Africa. We are not Arabs. And a strong message needs to be driven to these elements who think that they own Nigeria. And El-Rufai is one of them. Be right back. Just a minute. I'm going to get you the full, everything he had to say in that interview. And then you reconcile it with what he is saying today. This man is a devious liar, an evil man that nobody should. Yeah. Evidence I shall give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth. How can a country be led by people like this with terrorist intentions? This is not good for Nigeria. This is not the type of Nigeria we want. Nigerians, listen to this.
Wannan siyasa ne, so kace ka ci zabe. Kana neman mutanen da za su zabe ka. Mun tsaya mun duba tun da aka fara demokradiyya, mun duba inda muke cin zabe da inda ba ma ci. Mun yi wannan lissafi a siyasance kenan. Amma na biyu abin da muka so mu nuna, kuma cikin shekara 4 na alhamdulillah mun nuna shine gwamnati wanda gwamna musulmi ne, mataimakiyar
governor is Muslim, deputy governor Muslim, SGSS governor, chief of staff Muslim, right? They don't talk about Nigeria. They talk Islam. Is it a nation? Is Christianity a nation?
Akwai gundumar da ba mu gyara makaranta ba, akwai gundumar da ba mu yi asibiti ba, akwai inda ba mu je mun yi hanyoyi ba, akwai inda ba mu taimaki manoma ba, ko sun zaɓe mu ko ba su zaɓe mu ba, mun ba kuwa hakkinsu. Of course, Kubau sun fi zaɓen mu, saboda ka zan je Kubau in ɗan ƙara musu wani abu. Domin sun zaɓe mu, abinda zan ba Jaba zan ƙara ma Kubau, tunda Jaba ba su zaɓe mu ba, amma mun ba su hakkinsu. Kuma abinda ku limamai da ulama kuka koya mana kenan, shugabancin musulunci na adalci ne. Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam da sahabbai ya zauna da wayanda ba musulmi ba, da Yahudawa, da Kirista, da wayanda ma kafirai ne.
Kafere, he's still calling some people Kafere, this bastard. Yeah.
Sayyidina Abubakar, Umar, Uthman, Ali, dukkansu sun yi musu adalci. Ba wanda zai ce don shi ba musulmi bane an take hakkinsa. Sai dai dama wanda ya fi son ka za ka ɗan ƙara mishi. Amma ba za ka ɗauki hakkin wani ba. Kullum ina tambayar su.
This guy is satanic.
Suka ce kaza in ce gaskiya ne.
Yeah.
Muna neman wanda za su yi aiki.
Nigeria is a really messed up country. To be allowing this idiot to still be speaking. Oh no, man. It's time to flog these people so they know that we are not all stupid.
Abinda muka yi kenan shekara hudun nan da ni da abokan aiki na, kuma abinda muka sake nunawa kenan tun da sanata Obasanjo da Dr. Ji Sabo Albar sun sake cin zaben su duk da taron dangin addini da aka yi mana, kuma ku malaman da ke nan da limamai ku kuka yi aikin, ba ma 'yan siyasan ba. 'Yan siyasan cutar mu suka yi, wallahi ku ne. Kuma shi da sanata Obasanjo ya san haka, mun sani. Mun san waɗanda suka karbi kuɗi ranar zaɓe suka kashe wayan suka kwanta gida ba su ma fito ba. Amma mun san 'yan agaji da suka je su ne polling unit agents, wayanda muka biya su je su kare ƙuri'an ba su fito ba, sai 'yan agaji. Saboda haka mun sani, kuma mun gode, Allah ya saka muku da alheri, kuma yadda kuka jajirce kuka ba mu goyon baya, don Allah don Annabi ina roƙon ku ƙara jajircewa domin a ba sanata Obasani goyon baya. In ya gama wannan shekara hudun ya sake, sannan mu ci gaba mu nuna ma mutane cewa shugabancin musulunci bai nuna bambanci, amma baya son izgiri, baya son rashin mutunci. Abinda kawai muke so mu nuna ke, kuma mun fara, amma ba a gama ba. Sai an kaman shekara 20 ana haka sai kowa ya gane. Saboda ka bayan uba ya gama ya sake 16 ko sai a sake wani shekara 24 sai kowa ya ce oke mun gane, mun san matsayinmu, kuma mun san musulmin nan ba za su cuce mu ba, shikenan sai ga an zauna lafiya. Wallahi tallahi abinda muka fara tsari kenan tun da muka fito muna neman shugabancin, kuma da taimakon Allah da addu'o'inku da jajircewanku muna kan hanya. Allah ya saka muku da alheri. Now, an yi maganganu da yawa kan gwamnatin tarayya. Gaskiya ne abinda Professor Akintola ya faɗa, mu muka shawara gwamnonin Arewa APC. Muka ce mulki ya koma kudu, domin alkawarin da aka yi kenan, alkawarin baki ne, amma alkawari ko na baki ko na rubuce Allah ya sani. Da muka ga wasu suna kulle-kulle cewa mulki ya tsaya arewa, muka ce ba mu yadda ba, mu ba haka muke ba. Mu musulmi ne, mu mutanen arewa ne, muna da al'adunmu, ba za mu yi alkawari ko cikin duhu ba ne.
You are Arewa, you are not Nigerian. Stupid. Yeah. You are Arewa. What is Arewa?
Mataki na biyu da aka yadda da haka, ko kuma suka gaba sarki sai Allah suka bari. Mu muka tsaya cikinmu, muka tsaya muka ce to waye in muka zaɓe shi na farko yana da ƙarfin ya ci zaɓe, na biyu za mu fara maganin siyasan addini da ƙabilanci a ƙasar nan. Muka yi shawara, muka ce Asiwaju za mu yi. Lokacin da muka yi shawara za mu bi Asiwaju, ni ban shiri da shi. Muna faɗa.
All right, listen to the next interview. He said here that he was fighting with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In the next one by Charles, you hear what he's saying. Different story. Liar.
Idan mulki ya dawo kudu tunda mun tsaya mun ce mulki ya dawo kudu sun ji daɗin haka. Su Yarabawa na Southwest suna da matsala.
Suna da matsala. They pray. Musulmin su yana da kyau.
Sai a ce ba dama ya nema domin ba zai ci zaɓe ba. Ba zai ci zaɓe ba don dole sai Kirista daga Southwest ne zai iya fitowa ya nemi shugabancin Najeriya don a ɗauki musulmi daga Arewa ya zama Vice President. Tun Abiola ba a sake yi ba. Suna son haka na ce to ku je ku kawo mana wanda za mu. Ya ce a Siwaju na ce ba ma shiri da shi. Ya ce ku shirya don addinin musulunci. Na ce za mu shirya. To muka fito aka yi haka a Siwaju ya samu tiket. Kuma da ya samu mun san ba yadda zai yi. Babu yadda zai yi in ya samu tiket dole ya ɗauki musulmi mataimakinsa. In ba haka ba zai ci zaɓe ba. Kamar yadda na ce siyasa sai ka tsaya kayan lissafin ka ba wani maganan tunanin haka. To Allah subhanahu wata'ala ya ga zuciyarmu. Kuma wallahi mu da muka tsaya muka yaka wallahi ba don kanmu muka yi ba ni dai na san ni da gwamnan Zamfara Bello Matawalle
Bandit.
muna son wani abu muka yi ba. Ni da sauran suna son wani abu amma wallahi ni da Bello Matawalle mun ce kawai a yi haka don a yi maganin wannan matsalan na addini. Sannan musulmin Southwest su ma mu ba su sense of belonging su shugabancin nan.
Let them give Muslims from the Southwest sense of belonging.
Duk da taron dangin da aka yi.
They are not talking about giving sense of belonging to Nigeria. These people are sick.
Allah ya ba Asiwaju nasara. Abinda muka samu muka yi a Kaduna yanzu an yi shi a ƙasa gaba daya. Babu wani makareci da zai zo ya ce zai fito ya ce shi zai yi siyasa na Kiristanci ya ci zaɓe. Peter Obi ya yi ga inda yake. An yi maganin wannan dole suka shi. Tun da Asiwaju ya ci zaɓe kan tsit. To da haka ne za a samu zaman lafiya a ƙasar nan.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
Sai komi sai ya. Wallahi abin da muka yi kenan. Kuma ni da wasu daga cikin mu a ganin mu mun gama aikin. Asiwaju ya ci zaɓe mun gama aiki. Roƙon da muke muku shine a yi masa addu'a. Ya samu mutane na kirki.
Pray for Satan. Wow.
Aiki da su. Duk maganganun da ake mukami wannan ko wannan a bani wannan ko wannan addu'a na ɗaya ne. Allah ya
Adua na their prayers and that of Muslims in the Southwest is the same. So Muslims elsewhere don't matter.
To amma Allah ya zaɓin alheri. Idan Asiwaju ya neme ne ya ce mu aiki tare kuma na ga cewa aikin zai taimake shi zai taimake ƙasa ba zan ki ba. Amma ni ban iya neman aiki ba. Tun da na gama NYC na nemi aiki sau ɗaya a rayuwa na ban taɓa neman aiki ba.
Dan iska, babban dan iska kawai.
Saboda haka Allah ya mana zaɓin alheri. Na gode da aka yi min wannan walima. Ina fata in Allah ya ba mu rai da lafiya shekara 8 masu zuwa za mu.
Fellow Nigerians, you heard this, right? That's Nasiru El-Rufai in 2023. After he handed over to the next governor, Ubasani of Kaduna State. I don't want to present.
That was El-Rufai, crazy, sick, really sick.
Okay, let's finish.
Nigeria, that is what it takes. Nigeria has been turned into right now. Idiots, criminals, terrorists, holding positions of power. And we, the people, watch helplessly as they push us left, right, and center. I don't know how many of you understand Hausa, what he said. How they came about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The first time he did not like him, they were not talking. And then came Professor Akintola. They came and talked things over. They built a North and Southwest alliance, right? In a Nigeria. In a supposed one Nigeria. Southwest and North alliance. Southwest and North alliance. Built by criminals. Criminal elites from both sides against, a conspiracy against Nigeria and its people. Southwest Alliance, right? Who are those? Who are the Norths? Who represented the Norths? Who are those from the Southwest? All criminals, bastards, idiots, animals. We're expecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a drug dealer, to make a pronouncement on all this. Where's Loretta Onoche, my sister, my friend? Where's Festus Keyamo? You heard this nonsense thing. Where's that bastard they call Asari Dokubo? Thief. Where are all of you? Where's Omoyele Showore, idiot, who runs all up and down? You are quiet. Where's your Sahara reporter? You are not saying anything now. You are all foolish, stupid people. Yes, the people of Nigeria, the real people of Nigeria, the organic people of Nigeria from east, west, north, and south. You got to rise up now. This man is evil. El-Rufai is evil. His plan is to derail Nigeria. And he has done that to a great extent. It's time to stop him. It's time to stop. And this is why this February 25th election, this is why we must not take it lying low. This is why we must not take their first declaration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria, that he did not win. That is why we must not let it stand. That is why some people say Supreme Court. Okay, let's give them the benefit of doubt. But you must develop plan B for the people, the sovereign people of Nigeria, to take over their country. We are more than the Supreme Court. The power the Supreme Court has is derived from us. We, the people of Nigeria. If the Supreme Court, has been desecrated from what we have seen, looking at the rulings they have been reeling out in the past few weeks, you must not be stupid to be deceived that this Supreme Court will give you the justice that you need unless we exert the pressure that we need. We must remind the Supreme Court Chief Justice that we are Nigerians and this is Nigeria. That Nigeria is not a plantation owned by anybody. So we must set ourselves free and that we must be ready to make it happen. God is watching us. Africa is watching us. How dare a terrorist commander come and be giving Nigerians the marching order? Just listen to the translation, the full translation of what is happening right now. All right. El-Rufai declares a jihad in Nigeria. Mr. Nasiru El-Rufai, the immediate past governor of Kaduna State, one of the alleged masterminds of Boko Haram in Nigeria, known for his unbridled arrogance, insensitivity, and insensitivity, has declared a jihad on Nigeria. Nasiru El-Rufai is an insensitive, pathologically arrogant,
utterly disrespectful and grossly corrupt and irresponsible Fulani elites, driven by a growing offensive Fulani nationalist ideology in Nigeria, has superintended with so much blood on his hands over the state of Kaduna for 8 years as executive governor. And under his atrocious rule, thousands of non-Fulani villagers were murdered in cold blood in nightly raids of their villages by some cowardly Fulani militias, allegedly imported into Nigeria for a far-reaching Syria genocidal mission, has expanded to Kogi, Zamfara, Benue, Plateau, and Niger states. And hundreds of thousands, mostly Fulanis, mostly Hausas, including Muslims, displaced and their lands taken away in their bid to take over Nigeria, where they hope to build their illusion of a nation. It is noteworthy for the reader and listener that some of the elites of the Fulani tribe, which is a minority tribe in the north of Nigeria, like the French elites in their odious colonial assault on parts of Africa, adopted the policy of assimilation, with which they brought via brute subjugation, especially the Hausa tribe, effectively under their rule, and in effect adopted Hausa language as their official language, to give the Hausas a false sense of belonging, using the combination of the Islamic religion and the deceptive One North slogan as a vehicle. This is the reason the dubious Fulani elites, who have held Nigeria in captivity since independence, robbing the country in the name of the North and its peoples that they care less about, while advancing their own selfish personal interests. They always love to be in charge, though they have serially demonstrated tragically, that they lack what it takes to provide the type of leadership that is needed to build, grow, and develop a country with unconditional access to opportunity and benefit for all beyond plundering and pillaging the country and holding its people to ransom with its military might that they have subjected to indiscriminate abuse. All the years they have held the levers of the country's power in their hands, either directly or remotely. This is the reason they want Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a demented drug baron, fraudster, and a sick moral felon, so badly on the presidential seat as a brief holder with his terrorist pair that they position to take over when they knock him out of the way for them to take Nigeria for keep, so they can drive all of its citizens who would refuse to be ruled under their Jim Crow system away like they did in Mauritania, and they are doing in Mali, with Sudan already on fire. It is clear now that the APC is a terrorist organization fronting as a political party in Nigeria that we must be very careful about. Below is the English translation of El-Rufai'S speech at a gathering in Kaduna a few days ago. El-Rufai disclosed that Islamic government and jihad has been inaugurated in Kaduna during this tenure to promote Islam and to wage war against Christians of southern Kaduna until they surrender to Islamic rule and accept Islamic rulership as a way of life. After a few more tenures of Muslim rulers in Kaduna State, the Christian of southern Kaduna will be dealt with continuously until they surrender without further resistance to Hausa Fulani rule. I correct that. There's nothing like a Hausa Fulani rule. It's Fulani. There are some crazy Fulani elements. The Hausas are victims. The Hausas are those who are being killed and murdered every day. The Hausas are part of those who have been displaced. So this fucking stupid Hausa Fulani race does not exist. It's either you are a Hausa or you are a Fulani. So if you're an Hausa person listening to me right now, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled that there is anything they call Hausa Fulani. You must be stupid and utterly stupid, disgusting to accept that new political ethnic group. It doesn't exist. It's phantom, it is fake, and it is not existent. El-Rufai'S disclosed that Islamic government and jihad has been inaugurated in Kaduna during his tenure to promote Islam and to wage war against Christians of southern Kaduna until they surrender to Islamic rule and accept Islamic rulership as a way of life. After a few more tenures of Muslim rulers in Kaduna State, the Christian of southern Kaduna will be dealt with continuously until they surrender without further resistance to Fulani rule in the state. He also said the idea of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu Asisenyi, it's a backward man, Asisenyi, was agreed upon by him. Yes, him and Muslim colleagues in the north to pave the way towards inauguration of permanent Islamic rule in Nigeria. God forbid. God forbid. There will be Nigerian rule. There will be no Islamic rule. There will be no Christian rule. The only people with the authority to rule Nigeria are Nigerians. We don't care about your religion. Swallow your religion, put it in the pocket. And I want to remind El-Rufai and idiots like him who are thinking the way he's thinking, that we are in the 21st century. We are not in the era of 1804. There will be no jihad in Nigeria. Any criminal, any crazy person like El-Rufai and his damn stars, they should swallow any idea of jihad in Nigeria, because it's not going to happen. It will not. Now, Nigerians, you heard, you are in APC, yeah? Some of you idiots in APC from across Nigeria, you heard El-Rufai, right? You heard him. You heard him loud and clear, unambiguous. Where are you? We are not hearing from you. Why are you quiet? All over Nigeria, north, east, west, and south. Where are you? You are in APC. You are an idiot in APC. Look at a huge chieftain of APC said this. Where are my boy? Where's my boy? Who is carrying APC on his head? Where are you? Did you hear this? Loretta Anoche, where are you? Where are you? You became a Fulani by force. Where are you? You got what you wanted. You got the position. We're not hearing much about you anymore. Where are you? Loretta, I'm calling you out. Where are you? Did you hear El-Rufai? You are close to El-Rufai, right? You heard him. He hates you. But you love him more than he hates you. Yes, El-Rufai is your man. Where are you, Loretta? I want to hear from you. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you. I'm challenging you, Loretta Onoche. Where are you? That's El-Rufai, what he said. If it's someone, you were insulting Hanizim Igbo the other day, some couple of years ago. You were the one who created the slogan they call Bihapaya Fraud. Those are all your works. Where are you now? It's time for you, or you permanently hold your peace. If you cannot come out openly to say something about this, you better shut up and not say anything. Loretta, I'm talking to you. This is smart. You know me. You and I were close, very close, but you are a disappointment. Where are you? You got a position right now, right? But I remind you that that position will not last you forever.
And it did not last even a minute.
The moment of truth is now. And I expect you to step forward and speak that truth. Yes. He also said that the idea of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was agreed upon by him. Look, that Benjamin rat that I met a couple of times in Washington. That rat, El-Rufai, and his Muslim colleagues in the north to pave the way toward the inauguration of a permanent Islamic rule in Nigeria through an Islamic alliance between the Muslims from the north and Muslims from the southwest. Muslims from the north and Muslims from the southwest. Wow, to hold Nigeria hostage, really in an alliance that is supposed to be a country for all Nigerians. A country that is supposed to have access to opportunity for all of us. A country that is supposed to be sovereign with a distinct territorial space. A country where we all are supposed to be citizens. You want to rule us with an Islamic injunction. That is not going to happen. Yes. You've been silent for too long. You, young man from Nigeria, young girl from Nigeria, who think the moment we are in is a joke, it's time for you to sit up right now. If you are a true Muslim, like I know some are very good Muslims, it's time for you to stand up for your country. No country is run this way. No country is run this way. We are not Arabs. We must not be ruled by Arab injunctions. We are not British people. We must not be ruled by the laws of Imperial Britain. We must be administered as Nigerians. We must be administered as Africans. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. He said, after a few more Muslim presidency, what is happening in Kaduna will be replicated in Nigeria. He further reiterated that the Christians and Peter Obi have been put to shame in the last presidential election. Wow. What a Nigeria. Wow. What a country. So if you are listening to me right now, share this message. If you're a Muslim, you must share this message. If you're a true Nigerian from the north, organic Nigerian, not the Arab Nigerians who want to take over Nigeria after they've taken over Mauritania, you must rise up for your country right now. If you are one of those who allowed the northern borders to be opened for Chadians to come into Nigeria, to be counted as Nigerians, to be taking benefits of Nigerians, here you are right now. We are in trouble. You must wake up right now. Religion is a personal business. How can a country ruled by criminals move forward? We'll be right back.
We want the Nigerians. We want the Nigerians. We want Nigerians. Any people who don't listen, they pay a cost, a huge price for their choices. And that is the price Nigerians are paying today. Criminals, rogues have taken over Nigeria. Criminals, rogues have taken all over everywhere in Nigeria. A country with so many high-profile intellectuals. What happened to us? What happened to us? That criminals are the faces of our leadership. A drug dealer is leading Nigeria. A terrorist is his vice. Minister of Defense is a bandit. The Senate president is one who did not win an election. A rogue with so much blood on his hand, with so many EFCC cases. Yes. What kind of a country is that? What kind of a country is that? And we are preparing for another election, thinking that that is going to do what? How? I think we are going to get a worse outcome than ever before. Yes. Yes, I am not a fan of 2027. As far as I'm concerned, 2023 was not resolved. Yes. Nigerians deserve a revolution and not an election. An election will not take Nigeria anywhere. Now, I'm going to play for you the interview that El-Rufai granted to Arise a few days ago. Was it yesterday? Yeah, this Armageddon, we have to do it.
In the electoral act that we passed, there is nothing like electronic transmission, because transmission is when you vote and it goes to the server. What we have passed, and I can recollect this vividly, because I read that act when it was a bill several times, is to transfer. After all the paperwork that we normally do are done, the agents and everybody there, security, everybody will have the papers. INEC will snap will scan or snap the result sheet and transmit or transfer or whatever it is. That whether it is transmit or transfer is that thing that is captured with beavers, the results. And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do it. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act. And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do it. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act and the other laws or their guidelines. That's all.
They followed it so well. Yes.
The presidential election held on 8th August 2017 was not conducted in accordance with the Constitution and the applicable law, rendering the declared results invalid, null, and void.
That looks like Supreme Court of Nigeria. Nigeria is a joke.
It is a very historic day for the people of Kenya, and by extension, for the people of the continent of Africa.
That was Kenya. The Supreme Court in Kenya nullifying an election that was improperly conducted.
Before the Supreme Court of Nigeria, they deliver. They will deliver to those who pay them.
And that was exactly what they did.
Develop a plan B. Yes, we need a plan B. Because we are a sovereign people. We will not
Nigerians.
allow a God that we built to out of corruption plunge our country into a constitutional crisis.
It happened.
On this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling results in real time on the
Oh my God.
It should please be disregarded as fake news. The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. So this technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive deprive citizens from access
Mahmoud Yakubu.
the results.
History will flog you forever.
So I welcome you to the commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever.
Best indeed. Best indeed. They produce a drug dealer, certificate forger, and an identity thief paired with a terrorist. Great.
That's what he said.
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
The election that the people organized, they did not get the results. We need to know what happened to that result. Yes, so what happened? We deserve an answer. And we seek an answer. I believe we have a right to those answers. So, Mr. Mahmoud, it's not too late for you to make a confessional statement. You know you are about to set Nigeria, your action is about to set Nigeria on fire. Don't worry today now that Nigerians become so docile, they are so afraid. But something will trigger them. People have their backs on the wall now. They can't buy petrol. They can't eat anymore. They can't move from one place to the other. They are suffering from lack of power, lack of food, no schools, no hospitals, no roads, no just anything for them. Their backs are on the wall. I don't know if they are going to evaporate inside the wall. How are you going to handle this? How are we going to handle this? Nigerians, get up and be ready. Reject what you don't want, because you did not bargain for what you are getting right now. You must conquer your fear. And the way of protesting has to change. You must not travel anywhere to protest. You must protest at the places where you cast your votes. Protest in your localities where you know everybody. The army will not be in all over Nigeria, assuming the army agreed to kill like they did in Lekki. Still where you are. So when you're in trouble, you get hungry, you can run into your house, get some food, and get back on the street. Sustain this action. Those who live in Lagos, sustain action in Lagos. Those who live in Abuja, come out in Abuja, you know the terrain. Those who live in Benin, come out. Those who live at Akbo, come to Akbo. Those who live in my own town, Abavu, come out at Abavu. Take charge of everything. The Babylon in Nigeria will fall. Don't go start mobilizing and looking for drivers to pay money to transport you to one place, because that will be one day job, and the job will not be done, because when it is sunset, the driver want to go back home, and then it's done. So what next? You're not going to be doing that every day. So that is why you must remain in your localities. Let's stop making things very expensive for us. Everybody sacrifice to get this job done. How this bastard El-Rufai'S came boastfully in front of barrages of cameras to proclaim an Islamic state for Nigeria. He succeeded in doing it in Kaduna, and he's expanding it to, he wants to expand it to the whole of Nigeria. But Nigerians, you must be ready to stop them. You must act as citizens of Nigeria. You must not come in the name of Islam or Christianity. You must come as citizens of Nigeria to reject this nonsense, to reject these aggressive acts. This is an act of aggression that should be punished. Where are our security agencies? DSS, you cannot say that you did not listen to this. The police, Inspector General, you cannot say that you did not hear this. Where is the Sultan of Sokoto
You kept your closed ears as always. People are being murdered in Plateau, Benue, and everywhere. You keep quiet. All right? So, by your quietness means that you are part of what is taking place. Where is the Alafi of Oyo or the Oni of Ife? Let me leave Alafi alone because he has not said anything. The Oni of Ife. Where are you? Where are all the Obas from the southwest of Nigeria? I saw it, that there was an interface between some rogue politicians from the southwest, not all, because there are a lot of people from the Yoruba race who want the good of Nigeria, and they are working hard for it. But there are some criminal elements and some of their elites in this game of being in a conspiracy against the good of Nigeria. They don't believe in Nigeria. They don't love Nigeria. They hate Nigeria with a passion. Everything they know is tribe, tribe, tribe. They are following some crazy Fulani elites to hold our country in captivity. It's time to start calling you out. If El-Rufai could summon the courage and the audacity to say what he's saying, that some Muslims from the north came together with some Muslims from the southwest, and that Muslims in the southwest, they are good. What he said in Hausa. All right? El-Rufai is not an Hausa man. Why is he using the Hausa language to confuse and mislead the Hausa people, whom they have held in captivity for over 200 years? The Hausa man, you need to rise up. You need to wake up. Whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are subjugated. Get up, wake up from wherever you are. Join the rest of Nigeria. Come to the mainstream of Nigeria. These people don't want you to enjoy the benefit and the promise of Nigeria. They keep you in their check. They use religion that they don't even believe in God. A man who believes in God will not say what the El-Rufai said. Hell is waiting for him. Nigerians, east, west, north, and south, those who love Nigeria, those who are patriotic, those who don't religion before their country, those who truly organically love Nigerians for who they are. It's time for you to rise up, and the moment is now. Don't waste it. We must solve the Nigerian problem. We must address the Nigerian question. Right now, Nigeria is calling on all of us. Arise, O compatriot. Nigeria is called obey. So why can't we answer it? All right, special see you Saturday for our scheduled broadcast, so you can hear more on what is taking place in Nigeria. But we believe that Nigeria will be whole again, and whole for being whole, not the patch that we have had all this time. That is why they don't want Peter Obi to become the president of Nigeria. They know he will rule Nigeria with an even hand. He know he will not discriminate against anybody. So if you are a Muslim, if you are a true Muslim, Islam does not teach discrimination. So this freak is a rogue Muslim. He's not a true Muslim. It's a bastard Muslim. Banza Muslimi. That is Kakoi. It's not a human being. Nobody should be listening to this bastard. So Nigerians, we don't say what we want to hear. We speak the truth from our hearts. We are not scared of saying it. You see, they are bought over all the news media in Nigeria. They are scared of speaking the truth because their owners are corrupt. But here, they can't prescribe us. They can't tell us what to say. We say what we want to say, whenever we want to say it, however we want to say it, and whoever we want to put in the prism of discussion. We say it because we love Nigeria and we want the best for the country. Good night. Fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by Janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished. What type of example is that? Here is a country where the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody is raising a finger. How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use?
Yeah, fellow Nigerians, that was a presentation that I made last year.
Choosing Arise as the place that you would do that interview.
All right, hold on. Before we proceed, let me get you right. All right, we're going to get into El-Rufai'S presence at the Arise TV yesterday. So, Nigerians, you hear, and then listen carefully to what he's going to say, and then compare it with what I had presented. That was why I did this so near lengthy presentation of El-Rufai and what he represents, the evil man that he is. Just listen attentively, and you will get the message. All right, just listen.
Former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, and the leadership of the APC. And as they pick ever more fights, any moderating influence seems to have been thrown out the window, replaced by seismic levels of divergence as the schism widens into deeper fractiousness. Despite denials, insiders will tell you that it's a time of extraordinary turbulence, and it doesn't look like it's getting any less so as the 2027 general elections approach. So far, Malam El-Rufai, by the sheer propelling force of his character, appears to have defied
Which character does he have?
that have been thrown his way. But as both sides push the boundaries, can they still find a political sweet spot between them? Or has Malam El-Rufai become too much of an enemy within, blowing up any chance of that happening? I'll be joined in the studio by the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, in the first interview he's granted to any news organization since he left public office in May 2023. Plus, for an assessment, we have our guest commentator, a leading thinker who will bring his depth and breadth of analysis to the big issues of the day. I'm Charles Enyekulu, and this is Arise Prime Time. Now, he's one of Nigeria's best-known politicians, having recently served
Best-known politician, that's
as
bullshit.
Kaduna State and previously as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, as well as Director of the Bureau of Public Enterprises. He's also a co-founding member of the ruling APC party and was once a Tinubu uber loyalist. But now Nasiru El-Rufai is a man in the spotlight for different reasons. Ever since he was nominated for a ministerial position by President Tinubu, but was rejected by the National Assembly, the relationship appears to have gone south. He's been at loggerheads with the APC political machine, denouncing it recently in a searing rebuke
for failing to meet in the last 2 years, alleging that it lacked internal democracy under President Tinubu. The APC hit back, accusing the former governor, who once held President Tinubu aloft in the 2023 general election, of plotting against Mr. Tinubu's re-election in 2027. It suggested that Mr. El-Rufai'S high expectation had turned into immense frustration over his failure to secure that ministerial appointment. And as the clash resounded ever more harshly, Madam El-Rufai said he no longer recognized the APC. Lately, he's been engaging with the opposition, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and the Social Democratic Party. So, are we now seeing a possible political realignment ahead of the next presidential election cycle?
Listen, with all these...
Suitably delighted to say that the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, joins me now in the studio in the first interview he's granted to any news organization since he left public office in May 2023. Thank you very much indeed for choosing Arise as the place that you would do that interview. And the last time we met was in the same studio, almost 2 years ago, when you were my guest on this program. So let me start by wishing you a happy new year and a very happy birthday, which you marked recently.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And let me start with a simple opening question, because you said when you were last here, and at the time Bola Tinubu was a presidential candidate, that you were solidly backing his candidacy, and you held him aloft during the election and worked hard to secure his victory. And for the first couple of months of his presidency, you appeared to still give him unqualified support. Have the tables turned since then? Is your solidarity and support still to be counted on?
Stop doing cardio. If you have a heart condition or clog... It's a difficult question to answer, Charles. I'm a founding member of the APC, and I'm still a member of the APC. But I have concerns about how the party is being run or not being run at all, and I've expressed those concerns. I've expressed those concerns because I feel that, like a father who has given birth to a child, I know the investment and efforts and the compromises we had to strike to create what is now known as the APC, and how many people sacrificed a lot to ensure that it was an internally democratic party with progressive ideas. And 2 years after the election of President Tinubu, the party, none of the party organs is functioning. The progressive ideals, in my view, are not being pursued with any vigor. And the very high expectations we had of the president to take this country to the next level based on his track record in Lagos is something we're realizing. So I have no issues with the Tinubu administration. People say I'm a critic of the administration. I've never said a word about the Tinubu administration. My comment in a panel on democracy in Nigeria had to do with the APC. I've never, since I left office and the president begged me publicly to come and serve in his government, I had my plans, and I told President Tinubu from day one, when he asked me to support him, I said I would, but I don't want him.
Okay, let's hold it there. Now, did you listen to my own presentation that I did in 2023? Right after he handed over power to the next governor, that's Obasani, who is governor of Kaduna State. You heard what, if you listened to that, and it's embedded here. That was why I put it in here, so you have a background information to judge this liar, this hypocrite, this terrorist, this mastermind of terrorism, the guy who brought mercenaries into Nigeria to destabilize the country. And he's still talking instead of him being in custody. The sad state of Nigeria. Yes. Now, in that interview, the very first time you hear him speak in Hausa, he said he was not in talking terms with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So how did he support him from day one? You see the liar? That is why I tell you guys in Nigeria, no Nigerian politician is worth any shit because they are all liars. They are all liars. He lied. This man talks too much that he forgets his lies. This is one of them. He was not truly interested in Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he had a different mission, you know. But I don't care about Tinubu. He's a drug dealer, a certificate forger, and an identity thief. Yes, that is why I'm mad. I'm mad at Nigerians. I'm mad at institutions in Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu should never have been allowed 1 second to sit down on the presidency of Nigeria that he has desecrated now, messed up everything. I cannot validate his presidency. Never. I can't validate his presidency. This guy is a rogue, is a thief, an identity thief for that matter, a fraudster. Yes, drug dealer who has sold drugs in America, killed millions of Americans. Yes, destroyed millions, thousands of families. And now today, he's sitting on the presidency of Nigeria. Let us hear El-Rufai further. Let's just hear this liar.
Okay, because politics in Nigeria is always about what do I get for giving you support. I'm not in politics for that reason. I'm not in politics.
You are a liar.
To get anything.
You are a liar.
I'm a surname. I'm a self-made man.
You are not made. You are a thief. You stole, to be where you are.
After 8 years in Kaduna, I was nearly burnt out. I was struggling for 8 years, and I wanted to take a break, and I had my private plans. The president publicly appealed to me to put my plans on hold, and through 2 months of negotiation,
2 months of negotiation. Who are you?
He would nominate me as minister, and there are certain conditions I attached to that. I think along the line, either the president changed his mind or something else, because please don't believe the story that the National Assembly rejected me.
You were rejected roundly and squarely.
The president didn't want me in his cabinet. He changed his mind. Whatever it is, frankly, I don't care. And I told him, and I moved on. And since I moved on, I've not said a word. I've not granted any interview. I've not commented on the government. But it is within my rights as a founding member of the APC, as one of the 34 people that signed the INEC form that got the party registered. It is within my rights to ask, why is my party not functioning?
Indeed.
And that's all. And so, I don't know if I've answered your question, but...
Well, to some extent you have, but I'm going to press you a little bit more on that, because you suggested that...
Listen, with all these potential changes to tax laws on the horizon, making smart money...
I mean, the impression that we all had was that you were nominated for a ministerial position, but that under serious scrutiny from the National Assembly, you failed to make the grade for security reasons. But you're saying that that was not what turned the tide of your support, that failure to win affirmation in the Senate. You're saying that the president decided that you were no longer going to be in his cabinet.
I believe that. I believe he changed his
What makes
mind.
you believe that?
What security? What was the security?
You are a Boko Haram commander.
In one of the most difficult states in the country.
Mm.
Okay? I have been minister 20 years earlier. I've been in public life in the last 25, 26 years.
That's how you people do.
Where is the report?
Privilege those Madam Fodio children. They are lazy, they don't work hard. They put their nose on Nigeria and suck the hell out of the country.
With huge controversies around them that scaled through because the president made a call. So please leave that aside. I don't want to focus too much on that.
Right.
The president is a human being. He is entitled to change his mind. And it's not an issue. And it is a job I didn't want in the first place. So the slightest opportunity I had, the security thing was a good thing for me because it enabled me to say, Mr. President, I'm gone. And I went on with my life. Now, since then, has anyone released that report? What is the security issue? What is this? What is that? The only reason why I'm talking about this, Charles, is because anytime I make any comment about how the party is running or not running, or I visit a friend of mine, Tinubu's hacks go on, oh, it's because he didn't get a ministerial nomination. Guys, I was minister 20 years ago. All right?
Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Nobody wants you. Who the hell are you?
Appealed to me, begged me, and gave me a challenge. What was the challenge? Nobody has sorted out electricity. No president has defeated the electricity mafia. You and I can work to defeat it. It was the challenge that made me accept. All right? Now, I had an opportunity to serve my country, and the person that gave me the opportunity changed his mind. It's okay. And I've moved on with my life.
But I mean, have you encountered him subsequently? Have you met him? Have you since that time?
We have met.
Did it ever come up in your discussion?
We have met, and we have met a couple of times. But you know, we have met at Baba Akande's birthday anniversary last year, and the president asked me to come and see him. I met him once. We discussed, and you know, let's find ways. I said, Mr. President, I don't have any problem. I'm fine.
But when you say life, what did he say to you?
He said, you know, we still have to find a way to work together. I said, I'm waiting. You know, you tell me how we can work together. But I want to assure you, as I told you even before the elections, I am fine. I have a private life which predates politics, and I'm pursuing my life. Look at me. Do I look like I'm stressed? I have put on weight. I sleep better. I don't have to read security reports about bandit attacks here. Or
You are the bandits. You were coordinating the attacks.
Even though you are at peace, as you have suggested, that you've become estranged from the government of the day.
Look, Charles, I'm not a permanent government person. The first 38 years of my life was in the private sector. Okay? I came into government quite accidentally, and I have never wanted to be in government forever. Okay? When I finished my work as Minister of FCT, I told late Umar Eradua I did not want any job, because I wanted to go and complete my law degree in the UK and go to Harvard Kennedy School. I got admission many years before it lapsed. I wanted to go and finish that MPA. I always plan my life outside of government. But for me, being in government is just an interregnum, an opportunity to serve.
Yes. Which is fine.
Yeah.
And based on
but not
that,
to be there permanently.
No, I understand what you mean, but based on that, you must have expected, and in fact many expected you to play a prominent role in Tinubu's administration, because you helped to deliver that position to him, and he wanted people like you, from what you've said, coalescing around him to give him the kind of support that would make his administration successful. And people are wondering whether, you know, beyond the ministerial position, whether there was a different rift that might have been simmering that we don't know about.
Well, look, first of all, let me correct that. I believe that the purpose of politics is to serve, and politics is a vocation. You know, politics is not a career, okay? So you go in, you serve, you go back to your life. People without an address, people without a profession, people without means of livelihood should not be in politics, in my view. So I have always looked at politics as, you know, a process through which leaders get thrown up, and when I get an opportunity, I go, I do my best, I show an example, I build other people that will replace me, and I move out. So the assumption that once you contribute to the success of a political party or a candidate must lead to a payback through an appointment is misplaced.
Right.
Not all of us are interested in in a government job. And I told Tinubu that. But Tinubu insisted and I said, gave me a challenge. And I honestly thought, as you proposed, that he would want to get people like us to help him succeed. But, you know, that didn't work out. It's fine. I'm back in my life and I'm okay. And there is no, to the best of my knowledge, there is no other rift. Okay?
Well, let me put it another way. You're known to be a reformer. I mean, you were in the Bureau of Public Enterprises. You reformed so many things. You were the Minister of Abuja. You had this transformative influence that everybody recognizes in this city. I mean, you went ahead to Kaduna State. I suppose the jury is still out on how that went.
Have you been to Kaduna?
Not recently.
The jury was concluded.
Okay,
2 years ago. But go to Kaduna. Don't listen to those.
I will. I certainly will. But I mean, the thrust of my question is that you are known to be a reformer.
Yes.
As I mentioned, over the years, are you supporting President Tinubu's reforms?
Look, I don't want to pass any judgment or make any opinion about the government, because anything I say can be interpreted as a criticism.
Well, you either support it or you don't support it.
No. I support some of the policies.
Right. Which ones?
Most of the economic policies are the right orthodox policies. Okay, but the sequencing is wrong. The quality of the people implementing the reforms leaves much to be desired. And I think that some of the reforms are just wrong. You don't target, you don't address food inflation by destroying domestic agriculture through importation, for instance. Food prices may be going down, but farmers are being impoverished because they are being made to compete with subsidized agricultural products from Europe and other countries. So I have issues with many of them, and I'm in touch with many senior officials of the administration, and I give them my opinion privately. But I don't want to go beyond that, because tomorrow they will say, oh, it's because he was not minister. Guys, I was minister 20 years ago. I'm beyond that. Okay.
And indeed, the president recognized your contribution to this country when he sent you a birthday message, which I understand was very flattering.
It was nice.
Were you flattered by it?
No, I wasn't flattered. I actually complained to Bayo Onanuga when I saw him. I said, why did you mess up my birthday? He said, why? I said, all my enemies...
How do you mean mess up your birthday?
Well, by issuing that message, all my enemies that were celebrating that no one would recognize my birthday compared to when I was governor, were made to be unhappy. Some were compelled to send me birthday greetings because the president sent birthday greetings and recognized that I contributed to the formation of APC as well as success in 3 presidential elections. And we joked about it. But yeah, it was kind of the president, but it helped my enemies more than it made me happier.
And of course, I don't know how much you hurt, because you, as you correctly pointed out, you were one of the founding members of the APC. I mean, recently you said the APC was originally established to combat corruption, rebuild the Nigerian economy, and enhance security. But you were quite clear that along the way, those goals have been abandoned. The APC, as I mentioned, is of course your party, so one presumes that you have the inside track on what's gone wrong and how it has come to this.
I don't know what has gone wrong. All I know is that a political party functions through internal democracy. When the organs of the party meet, okay, they give feedback to the government as to how it is doing, how it is aligning its output and efforts with the manifesto of the party. That's the purpose of having National Executive Committee meeting, which the APC Constitution requires must take place at least once a quarter. That's the purpose of having national caucus, so that other non-members of NEC, but experienced, former governors, former this and that, will come and give their views, what they are hearing on the street about the effectiveness of government policies vis-a-vis the promises the party made. In 2 years, the party has not met. So no one, to the best of my knowledge, no one has any inside track on what has gone wrong. In the last few months, I've been visiting the former national chairman of APC. I went to see Baba Akonde. I asked him the same question. I saw Adam Soshomole. I visited Chief John Oyegun. Yesterday, I went to Kefi to meet with Abdullah Adamu. I am asking the same question. What is happening to our party? What has gone wrong? And nobody can say anything, because the party has not met for 2 years. There has been no conversation about the alignment of government policies with the progressive values of the party. No conversation at all. I'm happy to learn through the grapevine that the party is finally going to have a national caucus meeting and NEC meeting. And I hope that will be discussed. The question you are asking should be asked in those two fora. And let's find out why has the party forgotten its founding values?
But of course, you, in spite of all that, I mean, clearly you sound deeply frustrated. Anybody who's watching you now can see that. You have said that you have no intention of leaving the APC, but you wanted it to change. I mean, and you're not seeing any signs of that change.
Yeah, well, first of all, I didn't say I have no intention of leaving the APC. I said that the APC is my party. I founded it.
Well, you did say that you didn't intend to leave. You said when you leave,
at that time,
you will retire.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't join any of it.
At that time, yes. But now, I'm not leaving the APC, Charles. The APC has left me. We founded that party based on certain values. The party has left. Okay? I am stranded. I'm standing. The APC is there. I'm here. So,
El-Rufai, I have a question for you. So the values of APC, terrorist value in the first place, that is what you have been upholding at variance with what was supposed to be the founding values of the party. I had a stint with APC for about 8 months when I discovered that it wasn't a party where real human beings belong. It belongs to dogs, it belongs to killers, it belongs to bloodsuckers, it belongs to terrorists and bandits. That was why I left. So APC did not fare any better under Buhari, the grand commander of Boko Haram terrorism in Nigeria, and the grandfather of the Fulani bandits holding our country hostage. The problem I see with some of you Osman Danfodio Fulani elites is that you want to be in charge, you want to be in control of everybody. Even when you run the country down, you know, you will not let go for another person. You were the ones who brought this bastard that we call Bola Ahmed Tinubu to power. We don't know his father, we don't know his mother, we don't know his brothers, we don't know his sisters, we don't know the primary school he attended, we don't know the high school he attended. All of a sudden, he ended up in the United States, and guess what? He came with another person's documents. Get into, they say, Chicago State University. It's a lousy school, from what I've found out now. Lousy, corrupt school, where you can buy and sell anything. Did he attend classes? You supported him, and then you come and say, you are a Muslim who prays 5 times, and then you be saying, wallahi talahi, even when you are lying. Yes, you will go to hell, because you are a liar, you are no good. Look at your hand, so much blood in it. I'm seeing it, blood dripping down your hand. Mischievous, evil, criminal, rogue human being. Yes, and you are talking. I wonder what's wrong with Nigeria, honestly. Honestly, I wonder what is wrong with Arise TV for giving their microphone, giving this idiot an audience to speak. Yeah, again, it's all about money. When you got the money to pay them, you come. They won't allow me come and dissect this man there and talk about what is happening to Nigeria. Yeah, from the heart. Yeah, this is the type of country we have. All right. El-Rufai, right on.
be very accurate. I'm not leaving the APC. The APC has already left me.
Right. Having left you,
yes.
What happens next?
Well, I'm not ready to retire from politics.
Right. So you're shopping around.
So sooner or later, you know, I may have to find another platform to pursue those progressive values that I believe in. If I can't
Progressive
find
value. El-Rufai has a progressive value. Wow.
And correct its journey, and then maybe some of us can look at it again. But for now, there are many of us that cannot recognize the party. It is not what we worked hard to create.
And all this has nothing to do with your own personal ambition, political ambition. Because I mean, to be a politician, you've got to have an ambition, don't you?
You don't need to have an ambition.
I mean, a politician like yourself, I mean, you've had several ambitions.
No.
And you've fulfilled those ambitions.
Actually, I've never had an ambition
Mm.
in politics.
So you didn't want to be governor of
I didn't want to be governor. Look, President Buhari, and you can ask him anytime, more or less forced me to run for governor of Kaduna State. I was afraid of running because I've never run for office. I am a worker, Charles. People go and run for office, and they have a difficult assignment, and they get people like me who get it done. Myself, Ungozi, Obi, we are not people that will stand on...
No, those ones have moral values. You don't.
We're not like that. That's not our training. That's not our inclination. But after we formed the APC, and I was in the National Executive Committee, I was Deputy National Secretary, and we are preparing for the 2015 elections. President Buhari called me and said, go and run for governor. I said, no, sir. I don't have those skill sets. My skill sets are technocratic. He said, no, go. We had 3 conversations before I accepted.
And now that you've run, you've been bitten by the bug, have you?
Well, I've been bitten by the bug in 2 respects. I will remain in politics for life, all right? But that does not mean I will be contesting elections or something. Yeah, I will remain in politics because I believe that I have to influence what happens in our party so that we have better quality candidates and governors. That's all. So I'm 65. I'm not yet ready to retire in politics. I intend to remain in politics. So sooner or later, if APC doesn't sort itself out and come back to those progressive values that I stand for and where I'm standing, I will find another platform that has similar values. And
well, talking about the possibility of another platform, I mean, more recently you've been seen in the company of top opposition figures. You've been reported to be in some sort of political discussion with them. I mean, could you sort of enlighten us as to what is going on there? No plans to join the PDP or the SDP or any other party? Discussions on the way, possibly?
Okay. First of all, once launched here, that the fact that I'm in the APC doesn't mean that I cannot visit a friend of mine who is in the PDP or SDP, okay? So anytime I visit anyone that is not APC, say, oh, he's thinking of leaving the party. In fact, about 2 months ago, one character in Kaduna posted on his Facebook page that I've collected PDP membership card in my ward. It was totally untrue. When I visited my brother and friend Shehu Gabam at the SDP headquarters, oh, he has joined the SDP. Again, not true. I don't know where I will end up if the APC doesn't come back to where we started. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that PDP is not a party that I will go to, ever. Okay?
Right.
I've thought about that. I've decided that long ago, and nothing has changed. In fact, if anything, PDP has gotten worse.
Right.
So I can tell you, rule out PDP. I met with PDP leadership in Kaduna a couple of days ago. The state leadership of the party came to see me, and I will meet with them. Look, I'm a public figure in my state and at my age, and based on the responsibilities I have held, I am a leader of some sort. And if people say they want to see me, I'm not going to say you're PDP, I will see you, or you're SDP, who I'll only meet with APC people. It is my duty to meet with everyone. It's my duty to guide and mentor young people across partisan divides. So I meet with people, but the moment I meet with anyone, everything is reduced to politics. But PDP, no. Other parties, possibly, if the APC doesn't sort itself out.
But I mean, some people have suggested that you have the potential to run for president of this country, given your, credentials and the things that you've done. I mean, are any of these...
You got to, Charles, let me stop you right there. A terrorist running for the presidency of Nigeria. Are you sick? This is one of the problems I have with the mainstream media in Nigeria. So are you sick? Are you deaf? That you don't hear stories about this evil man? You are putting presidency in his cart. Whose president is he going to be? On what ground is he going to be president of Nigeria? What qualifications truly does he have? It's not about his academic qualification. What moral qualification does he have? A terrorist, somebody who imported mercenaries to overrun his country because he's not truly a Nigerian. He's not a Nigerian. He doesn't care. What drives him? He says it's obnoxious Fulani nationalism. That is all that he knows, like with other Fulani elites, including Buhari and the rest of them that have turned our country into hell. You want him to be president? We are talking about that. We are not going to allow people like that, who extremist bigots and very, very obnoxious and ignominious criminals, yes, who have come to destroy. They never built anything. 10 out of our country's leaders came from that group, and they did nothing but wreck the whole country. And 30 million young, poor, innocent, and defenseless Nigerians, mostly of the Hausaris, yes, roaming the streets of Kaduna, Kano, Sokoto, everywhere. No thanks to the leadership of these brigands. You want to put the presidency on his cart? Are you serious, Mr. Charles? You gotta be kidding.
No. Look, what started all this? Okay, first of all, let me say this. Anyone above the age of 35 with a secondary school certificate is qualified to run for president. Okay? So in that sense, I'm qualified, right? But have I started talking to anybody about running for any office? No. I've never discussed that with anyone.
Okay.
Never.
Please stay with us, because we're going to take a short break. You're watching Arise Prime Time. Plenty more still ahead. Stay with us. Prime Time, where we offer perspectives on the news and talking points of the day. I'm Charles Anyagolu, and I'm enormously delighted to say that the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, is still with me in the studio. It's the first interview he's granted to any news organization since he left public office in May 2023, and it's great to be here with you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. As a member of the APC National Caucus, you are a member of that National Caucus.
Yes.
I mean, will you be attending tomorrow's meeting at the presidential villa?
Unfortunately, I will not be, because I will be on my way. I'll be in the plane back to Cairo, where I spend most of my time. I didn't get adequate notice. The constitution of our party requires 21 days.
What is he doing in Cairo? He's marrying a 13-year-old, because that's what they do.
Organ meetings. I don't think that notice has been given. If it has been, I have not received the invitation 2 weeks to 3 weeks ago. So I have my plans, and I'm leaving tomorrow. But many of my friends will attend, so I will not miss anything. I will get to know what was discussed.
But I would imagine that your contribution, given the kind of criticism, if you like, that you've leveled against the party, I mean, that your contribution would be valuable, and you'd be chomping at the bit to attend that meeting.
Yeah, but not. I'm a private citizen. Not at this kind of inconvenience. Ramadan is starting. I came back to do a few things, and I'm going back. I have made plans to go to Saudi Arabia on Wednesday I'm not changing my plans. When the party meets, whether I'm there or not, I think we have shouted loudly enough for the leadership, if they care, to do something about it. I will wait and see whether they do something about it. I don't have to be there. I'm not the only member of the party that is unhappy. I was just the one that was given the opportunity to say something in a panel, which I was not even supposed to be a member of the panel, but somebody didn't show up, and I was drafted, and I made my comments, and I always say my mind, and when it comes to my country and my party, I take no prisoners.
Well, as you can see, those comments that you were drafted in have gone viral. And one of those comments was when you talked about the problem of poor leadership in Nigeria. You said it's rooted in the leadership recruitment process. In other words, in your assessments, most of the delegates who selected leadership are illiterate and therefore unqualified. As I'm sure you know, it's been burning up the internet. Your critics have suggested that it's the same delegates that you're now criticizing who were responsible for electing you into office, and that you wooed the same delegates to help elect President Tinubu into office. And why, I mean, they're wondering why you're reacting this way now.
Yeah, look, there is a political culture in Nigeria that tends to reject educated, sophisticated, enlightened people. That's what I was complaining about. Now, if my critics say that those are the same delegates, they are wrong. Because in Kaduna, when we set up the APC, we went out of our way to have better quality people, more educated people, and that's why the APC in Kaduna functioned reasonably well.
Yeah, but you can't have, in any party, you can't have literate people.
No.
I mean, you know,
But
party is a party with different people.
Membership is different. Anyone can be a member of a party, but the leadership of a party requires certain qualifications and an appreciation of what you are there for. Okay? And we tried to do that a little better in Kaduna. Now, it's a political culture that has started from the 60s.
Right.
So it cannot be eradicated overnight. But when we are searching for solutions, we must be honest enough to recognize problems, even if we benefited from those problems. Because I am not doing this. I'm not in politics for myself. I'm accomplished. I am grateful to God for his grace. Okay? But I have children. I now have 3 grandchildren. So it is in my best interest, my enlightened self-interest, to ensure that what I have seen or even benefited that is not in the public interest, in the long-term interest of this country, I voice it out so that we begin to correct.
Well, you say, and you said this repeatedly, that you're not in politics for yourself.
Yeah.
Would you be in politics beyond the Nigerian public? Would you be in politics for someone else? Because, I mean, in 2023, you were in politics for President Tinubu. You supported him. Obviously, I mean, you were governor of Kaduna State, but, I mean, you supported his presidential bid. And I'm wondering whether this time around in 2027, obviously your support is, I would imagine, quite valuable. I mean,
they don't think so.
Would you support Atiku Abubakar, for instance, for president in 2027? Or would you retain your support for President Tinubu's second term?
Okay, let me correct some of your assumptions.
Right.
In 2023, the 2023 election cycle, personally, I can tell you, I was indifferent about candidates. Okay? I was indifferent.
See this liar?
Who became the presidential candidate of the APC. What I was determined will not happen is for a northerner to emerge as the presidential candidate of the APC based on the understanding that I know we had in 2013 when we formed the APC, that after 8 years of Buhari's rule, power will go to the south. I was on holiday in Dubai when
Why, if you truly are a true nationalist, why does power need to be regionalized? Why should the presidency of Nigeria be regionalized? Why not intellectualize it? Yes, why not we make the presidency or any elected position in Nigeria be such that those with abilities, competency, knowledge, courage to do good, yes, and the exceptional content of character required to build, utilize, expand, extend, and sustain capacity. Why are we not talking about that? So this divisive toxin and divisive rhetoric is what makes me sick of the typical Nigerian elites. They are so mentally redundant that they are not thinking. The rest of the world is using their best. Nigeria is regionalizing. Look at how Buhari emerged president of Nigeria. Buhari with nothing in his brain. Nothing. All he did was, he was nepotistic, and then he brought all the Fulani criminals. Yeah, he's rogue criminal. Minister of Attorney General, Abubakar Malami. Yes, supporting terrorists. Yes, giving them legal cover. Yes, Issa Pantami, a man that was tied to Al-Qaeda, was Minister of Digital Economy. Thank you. All right, EFCC, 2 EFCC. Chairman, oh Lord have mercy, these guys are sick. Nigerians, you are sick. You have the problem. You, the people of Nigeria, you have the problem. You don't learn from your history. They are still talking about regionalizing our presidency. Here in the United States, Arkansas and Tennessee, where Al Gore and Bill Clinton came from, respectively. Bill Clinton was president, right from Arkansas. And the next door neighbor, Tennessee, was where Al Gore came from. America did not collapse. Why did they choose them? They knew that they had abilities, they had the competency, they had the knowledge, they have the courage to do right for the whole of America. And you say you are educated. This education in Nigeria is sickening. It's so sickening. They have no brains. You have all this pile of degrees. You are still reasoning like a retard. North and South. Oh, fucking what? Are we supposed to be talking about North and South 64 years after? Then why are we one Nigeria? Why do they call us Nigeria? What is the Nigerianness in us? If we continue talking about this silly shit they call North and South. North and South. Can you hear him? North and South. Over to El-Rufai. Foolish man.
Realized that this was what was going on. Some elements around the president wanted and Northern to succeed the president. I came back. Governor Zulum called me and said, this is what is happening.
Wow.
They came back. We worked together as Northern governors to truncate that.
Northern governors. This is how they divide the country. You guys from the north. Everything you know is north. It's either you are talking about north or you are talking about religion. That's all you know. That's how you retarded our country.
All right? That was my position. Now, when President Tinubu emerged as the candidate of my party, he now became the candidate of my party, and I am duty-bound to do my best to ensure he's elected. For me, the hierarchy of commitment is God, country, party.
Yeah, but he's president now.
Okay?
And he's going for
He's
a
president.
Probably.
He's going for
support him.
I don't know. I don't know. I will evaluate the situation at the time, and I will consult widely, because it's not when I supported President Tinubu before the primaries. It was a decision that we took, the leaders of the APC took in Kaduna. Who would we support? Okay, we've succeeded in ensuring that power goes to the south. Okay? And we know that all the northern candidates will go nowhere. Yahya Bello, Ahmed, we knew. All right? But among the southerners, who do we support? They know those that are my friends. Tinubu was not my friend. I was never close to him. But the consensus of the APC in Kaduna was that we should support Bola Tinubu because he is the one that is more likely to win. Because politicians make these calculations. All right? And
he is the one that is more likely to win. On what ground? So you guys don't believe in morality? A man with such a terrible criminal record was more likely in your own calculation because you are a criminal, and you keep denying that you are not. You are morally bankrupt, and you and your APC leadership, all of you, yes, all those who mastermind terrorism belong to APC. Those who mastermind the banditry are in APC. You have no moral standard, no moral platform to stand to do anything right. Yes, so, and you said that in the order of hierarchy is God, country, and party, right? God. Would God accept a murderer to be presidential candidate of a country? Yes, Bola Tinubu is a murderer, mass murderer. Yes, maybe he did not pick up guns to start shooting people, but he sold drugs to people. He destroyed families. He made people junkie, and they died in America. And he was prosecuted here in the United States. El-Rufai, can you say that you do not have access to that information? It's all over the place. Yes, he paid nearly 500,000 US dollars as restitution before he was asked to leave the country. He returned to Nigeria. He became a senator from the back doors. From there, he became a governor, two-term governor of Lagos State. He stole everything in Lagos State. Yes, even Nuhu Ribadu now, that is, oh Lord have mercy, that is fronting for him as a national security advisor, came to the Senate to describe the hell of a fraudster this man was. So politics takes away the truth from people. Politics make people stupid. That is why I refuse to be a politician. Even when I was in a political party, I refused to play that kind of politics. Yes. You know what? When I ran for Senate in 2019, I started from APC. I made APC popular in Delta State. I was writing and speaking at the time when it was like death sentence to talk about APC. Yeah, that was how much the people hated APC. But I kept on. They threatened to kill my brother, but that wouldn't move me. I kept on until the party started gaining acceptance. Majority of the members of the leadership of the party were practicing political syncretism. They will be APC in the daytime, but PDP at heart at night. That was how bad it was. All right. I only got into trouble with them because when Omar Agege went to the Senate to violently steal the maize, it didn't go down well with me because I know that if he was in the United States where he went to do that, a sniper would have brought him down, and all those boys with whom he went to steal the maize. And then we know that he stole the maize on behalf of Buhari. All right? And then I was so mad. I was the only one who stood up to openly criticize his action. And you know what? They told me that it was wrong, that I can't hold critical views of a fellow party member. So it means like I asked myself, so am I in a cult? Am I in a cult? I am a citizen of Nigeria. I'm a human being with basic human rights. Yes, my right to freedom of expression. Who is going to take it away? Nobody, no party, no human being can take it away. Yeah, that was where the trouble started. They started calling me Americana. They said, this guy, we allow him into the Senate, won't be able to control me. Yes, him. Yes, they know. They were not going to. Nobody controls me. I do what I want to do. And mostly positive things that I want to do. These people are clogs in the wheel of Nigeria's progress. They don't want the good of Nigeria. It is all about them and about nothing. He has clinged on to political association for how many years? 38, and then he came and said that it's not like it's interested in politics. Get the fuck out of politics. Let us see where you start from. All right? So this is the sadness of Nigeria. It's so sad when I hear these people talk rubbish. You know, they forget themselves. This man has lied over and over and over and over again. Man, this is crazy. It is crazy how these idiots have taken over Nigeria.
Look at this. 94% of people believe it's not a delegate. Go and vote for him if that's what you do. But before you do, the night of the convention, I will go and ask President Buhari, who does he want? Because APC Kaduna is Buhari's APC. It's not APC Katsina. Buhari lives more in Kaduna than Katsina. So I went to President Buhari that night. I said, the delegates are waiting for your final word. who to vote for. And he said, Malam, go and tell the Kaduna delegates from me to vote their conscience. And I went and said, go and vote your conscience. And I left the convention ground. So I want to put things in perspective so that you understand. Now, once I'm Bola.
Yes, you know, he raised a very important question. Why should anybody go and ask anybody who he wants to vote for in an election where there is right to choice is a basic human right? To tell you that these guys are goats, they are sheep. It's an illiterate, as illiterate as the one that is condemning as illiterate. He went to Buhari to go and ask him who they should vote for. Did he have to travel to go to ask Buhari, a dumb ass, who to vote for? If the people had a mind of their, this is the way, that's how they rule the people in the north. They will tell them like Nama, go and do this, and everybody will follow and do. That is why that place is so backward. That is why there are more poor people there. Anything they like, they shove down their throats. That is why there are millions of 30 million innocent and defenseless children on the streets of the north, begging from AM to PM. Yes, human beings. They alter their destiny. They seize their future. They destroy them. They wreck them. Only good at times like this. So if they want them to go and kill, one way killing. Yes, that is what they want for the north. And you know what? That is why they protect that north. That is why you see them come with this northern nationalism. Not because that they love the people. Not because they care about the people. They do it to protect their selfish interests. And this is what we are telling the people in the north of Nigeria, especially the Hausa people. You have been in bondage for far too long. 220 years of being in bondage. I think it's time to free yourself and be your own people. Be your own men and women. Make decisions. Make choice. Nobody tells you anything. No Malam tells you anything. No Emir tells you anything. Yes, no Emir tells you anything. No Sultan tells you anything. Do what is right. God gave you that power of choice. And when you listen carefully, and I know everybody has it, you will hear the voice. You know, ask questions before you make any choice. If you don't already know anything about the person. But these goats ruling the people of the north, and then come with arrogance. We are northern elders. Northern elders, you're everywhere is squalid where you come from. Northern elders, poverty is destroying the people that you claim to represent. Yes, hunger is killing them. Yes, they have no access to anything. You wreck, you condemn, you're committing genocide. Yes. And then you want me to respect you? Can't respect you. Nigerians, it's time we took a decision about these people. For real. We got to take a decision. These bigots, these extremists, these hypocrites, this clique of hypocrites in the north who call themselves northern leaders, they are no good. And nobody should take them seriously anymore. When they come with their political cards, now tell them that it can't happen anymore. Yes, it can't happen anymore. We want the best for our country. We don't care where anybody comes from. Let the best come. Let them, because they don't want our country to unite. That is why they always have that rift, north and south. What is the meaning of north and south in a country that is supposed to be one? Bullshit.
Became the candidate of my party. I'm a loyal party man. I care about the party. For me, the party is not a platform. It's not something to eat from. It is a commitment to certain values. And I did my best to ensure that President Tinubu won the election. Now, in 2027, I'm going to consult the same people. We are going to take the same decision, which candidate to support and in which party.
But do you think, because you mentioned here that you were obviously driven by certain principles,
Yeah.
one of them being that the presidency had to go to the south.
Yeah.
Irrespective of who emerged as the person, it had to be a southerner.
Yeah.
And
Now, another problem I have with the media validate a lot of this nonsense. Imagine Mr. Charles Aniogolo, who is supposed to know better know better what nationhood means and know better what citizenship means. He's talking about North and South. You see, this is why the media is a big problem in Nigeria. The mainstream media is a big problem. They don't understand their function as an organization. Yes, they don't understand how they shape a nation. He's talking about North. He's talking about South. He's talking about North. He's talking about South. I don't think that is what the media in Nigeria should be doing. It's the media that validate these divisive tendencies, these criminals who divide our country, who don't want the young people in the North to mingle with their brothers elsewhere in Nigeria. They are the ones, the media. The media is the one amplifying the voice of these rogues, amplifying the voice of these extremists, amplifying the voice of these undesirable elements in Nigeria. And then you say you are a media organization. I'm so disappointed in Charles for what he's just saying. Not. What is the meaning of not in a Nigeria that is supposed to be one? What is the meaning of not? Why not? What are we talking about the not for? What is the meaning of the not? I am so disgusted with these guys. These guys are sick. All of them. All of them. Nigerian elite. Sick.
Are you going to support a Southern president in 2027?
Southern president. Southern president. I feel like just, man, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is Charles. The same thing Sheon Akimbaloye does. The same thing that corrupt one, what do you call Ruben Abati, does. And these are the news media organizations that the people of Nigeria are tuning into every time. So you hammer this divisive poison into the head of the people, and then you come and tell us about national unity. Nigeria is not united. Why you are doing the worst to divide Nigeria? It is so shameful and so disgusting. I feel like I don't want to be from that country anymore. Hearing this kind of thing, looking at the work that I do every day to promote organic unity in Nigeria. Here comes the fake media. No wonder Donald Trump calls them fake media here, tearing the country down. What kind of stupid media is this?
The logic of your sort of...
In a different position now.
Right.
In 2023, I was a governor. I was a state governor. And whatever decision we took must reflect the values of Ahmadu Bello, Aminu Kano, Sakashi Ibrahim, J.S. Taka, our leaders in the north.
All right. He made a mention of the most annoying thing. If you are a dynamic person, if you are capable of thinking, you won't be telling me about the decision Ahmadu Bello and Aminu Kano made so many years ago and Joseph Taka. We are talking about now. So this is why you are static. That is why the North is static. That is why the North is not moving. And that is why the whole country is not moving. The people are mentally static. They are not innovative. They are not looking at that they are in the 21st century. You are making references to the past. Yeah, we need our history. Very important. But you don't take hook, line, and sinker. A divisive rhetoric that kept the country divided right at independence and continue to pursue it. Now, where are we? Lockdown. Tell me about Ahmadu Bello. Ahmadu Bello was the man who shot Nigeria in the brain on the one. He's not a man that anybody should be remembering. Yes, he was a divisive man, just as hateful as you are. Yeah, so you descendants of Osman and Fodo, this is what you want. But Nigeria is bigger than you. And Nigeria is about to change. You can't stop it. I know you already see the handwriting on the wall. That is why you are shooting up everywhere in the country.
Had a handshake across the Niger.
Handshake across the Niger.
Build trust. That was the duty imposed on me as a governor. I was not an ordinary person.
Who are you?
Representative of late Ahmadu Bello, Aminu Kano, and so on. That's why the values were
Yes.
It was not about
Yes.
personal interest.
You're a representative of evil, a representative of bigotry, extremism.
In 2027. So I cannot answer that question.
No, you cannot be representing Aminu Kano. Aminu Kano was a good man.
You know what? We gave the Southerners their chance. They gave us Tinubu. Has he done well? If he hasn't done well by 2027,
Wow.
let's vote him out. Okay?
Instead of talking about giving Nigerians their chance, they gave the Southerners their chance. Where is the Southerner? Who is the South? Where is the South? Where's their headquarters? Who is their leader? You gave the Southerners their chance. All right? You gave the Southerners their chance. And did they use it right? Is that how to lead a country? So people like this should be packed. People like this should be silenced. People like this should never ever be heard anymore. Yes, on anything that has to do with Nigeria. Because he's divisive, he's ignorant, he's arrogant, he's mischievous, and everything that is bad. Why should we be dealing with someone like this? Why? Why should we be given the microphone or given a medium to this type of idiot to talk? A very controversial figure, El-Rufai. Wow. Wow. Nigeria.
At the end of the day, in the party that I would be, whether it is APC or any other party, the calculation has to be who will win. And as I told you earlier, in Kaduna, when we looked at all the southern aspirants, our caucus said, look, Tinubu has the best chance of winning. Our party must win.
Tinubu has the best chance. Now, let me ask, what qualified Tinubu to be ahead of the rest of them? On what ground was he selected as the best person to win? Why? Because Tinubu gave so much money. So much money. He bought everybody, he bought every emir in the north. He bought all their sultans in the north. He bought everybody in the north. They took money to every mosque in the north of Nigeria. Shame on all of you. You criminals, you rogues, you hypocrites. We are going to tell Nigerians the truth about you. Imagine, look at what happened in Babangida's book launch. How the north was roundly exposed. The north that is refusing to be Nigeria. Yes. You corner the people, put them in tight corner. Yes, so that they will not see light. Our people in the north of Nigeria are in darkness. You make them poor so you can continue to control them. This is the best thing that you guys do. That is what you do. Yeah, they are going to be free.
In 2027, I will not be a governor. So I will not have the sort of clout that I had in 2023. But I'm just explaining this so that people understand that in those smoke-filled rooms where these political decisions are taken, hard political mathematics takes place, in which you want to win. And the person that wins is the one that you go for. It doesn't matter where he comes from. It's the person that you think will win because your party should win the election. So
contradiction.
I answer that question now.
Another contradiction.
That will have to look going forward.
Right. Okay. But let's assess the political temperature in this country from the northern perspective.
Yeah.
This Charles is an idiot. It's a huge disappointment.
From the north, the Northern League, different people from the north who express dissatisfaction with President Tinubu, particularly over appointments.
I hope I will have the opportunity of addressing this type of people who are at the front of the media, about their dismal and divisive performances. Instead of talking about Nigerians, which Nigerian is happy with Bola Tinubu? Why is this emphasis on the North so heavy? What is it about the North? What is it? Quite frankly, what is it? Nigerians, I think we need to really remove some cobwebs from our brains because it's too much. And they cornered us mentally into believing this so nonsense. Yes, why are we one country when we can't stop talking about the North? everything Nigeria does, we have to talk about the North. When we are talking about education, a people who refuse to educate the people, we became independent on the same day. But some people decided that they were not going to educate the Hausa people with the commanding majority in the place. The best they could do for them was to make them beggars, make them meshai, and make them shoe repairers. Why their own children are going to school in Saudi Arabia, there are some in London, some here, and then they kept some of their own people in the bush. That's the one that they used to kill our people. Yes, it's sad. None of them is talking about that. To see Charles, to see Seun Akimbaloye, to see Ruben Abati, and even El-Rufai talk about this not thing. It makes me sick. Yes. Why? Why is it all this emphasis on the North? And the same thing is happening when USAID was bringing aid to Nigeria. All the aids end in the north of Nigeria. But still, the poverty there does not go away. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And these northern elites, these northern leaders, the people of Nigeria in the north, needs to stand up to them, to demand accountability, dismantle their infrastructure that they use to exploit them. El-Rufai is one of them. Yes, El-Rufai, look at him. He wants to be bigger than he actually is. Nigerians, we are in a majority. You allow a minority to control you. Shame on all of us. Shame on all of us. And shame on the Nigerian media, corrupt media. That is why I don't deal with them. I don't have anything to do with them. And that is why I am building my own media. Yes, and this is the reason why, if you want unbiased, a robust talk about Nigeria, come to ONN. Subscribe to our channel at at Nigeria Now on ONN. At Nigeria Now on ONN on YouTube. At Nigeria Now on ONN. Yes. The plan is to build it into a bigger media. Yes. So Nigerians will listen to various viewpoints without being micromanaged the way the mainstream media does in Nigeria for the sake of the money that they collect, and then to silence our people or at worst mislead them. This is sad to hear this from Charles, to hear this, somebody that millions of people are listening to you. You are validating this divisive rhetoric. What is the meaning of not? Everybody is suffering in Nigeria. Nobody has access to good healthcare. Nobody has access to good education. Nobody has access to electricity. Nobody has anything. And then you keep talking about not. What is this not about? What is this not about?
What is your position?
I agree with them. I think that President Tinubu's appointments are quite imbalanced. But unlike others that think, oh, the appointments are skewed towards Southwest, no. Please, don't blame the Southwest for what one individual.
Again, he lied again. In another interview, he claimed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was appointing only Yorubas. This man is a liar. He's a pathological liar that nobody should take seriously. He's just an angry man because perhaps he did not get his way in the rogue government that they brought upon Nigeria. Yes, the terrorist government. Yeah, can you imagine? Why not ask him question about Bello Matawale and his involvement with banditry, that he was buying them operational vehicles? El-Rufai was responsible for what happened in Kaduna when bandits or whatever terrorists invaded the whole place, because they were on an agreement. He refused to pay them money, so they needed to show him, and that was exactly what he brought them in. Now to get them out became difficult. These people are playing games with the minds, with the psyche of the Nigerian people. But sadly, our people are so foolish, they keep on following. Tomorrow they will come in another name. And then they will tell APC is not a party anybody should belong to. APC is supposed to be dead, like a PDP has died. Yes, they are no good. They are there. The terrorist elements are in PDP too. Yes, do you hear Atiku? Have you heard Atiku one day condemning terrorism? Have you heard him one day? Have you heard him one day? Yes. The nepotistic Fulani elites with ties to Madam Fodio and his rogue teaching. They don't say anything wrong in whatever any of them does. They like let them kill all Nigerians. They love it. That is why we should never allow them to power anymore. There are very good Fulani moderates. Those who came before Osman and Fodio, we know them. They mingle with us. They even go into churches and dance and be happy, came out. I am happy that I met Musa Meshano. Yes, he's a Fulani. He's a great guy. Yes. You know what? They torment him for following my teaching, for standing with the truth. They hate him because he's not talking about North, but he's talking about Nigeria, just like as I'm talking about Nigeria. He's a Fulani, but not their type of Fulani, not the type of violent Fulani, not the Fulani that want to dominate everybody and take everything and leave the rest of us hungry. He's a good guy, and there are so many of them. I have so many Fulanis from across West Africa. They are reasonable, they are responsible, they are sensitive, they are humane, they are tolerant. But these ones in that north of Nigeria, something is not right with them. They are the ones who will open our borders and allow Nigerians to come in, allow Chadians to come in, allow people from various parts to come in and then start to terrorize. They arm them to put our country in instability. And the people of Nigeria keep quiet. Yes, they control our armed forces. You see, our armed forces is no longer an armed forces of Nigeria. It's an armed forces of Fulanis. Yes. Yes, Northerner. Mr. Northerner. There's nothing. North is dead. Completely. That spirit of the North is dead. It will never rise again. Because it doesn't mean good for the people of Nigeria. I would be so ashamed. I don't want any of my friends to identify themselves as Northerner. Why are you a Northerner? You are a Nigerian. Be Nigerian. Be Nigerian. That North thing is evil. That is why that place is not moving forward. Come out of it and join us in Nigeria. Come out. You are Nigerians. Come to the mainstream of Nigeria. Do not allow these elitist Fulani crazy criminals hold you down. They are the ones holding our country down. They do that for their own selfish benefit. They don't give you anything. What did they do in the North? 30 million poor people in the North. 30 million innocent children. They don't care about children. They are so heartless. They are so wicked. They are so evil. A people who torment children, torment 6-year-old, they see them, you are governor, you are a member of House of Assembly, you are a member of National Assembly, you claim that you are a Northerner, I'm a Northerner, I'm a Northern elder, you are an emir, you wake up, you see all these little boys every day on the street. You can't do anything. There's no policy you can put together. You consign these people to death. Yes, you consign them to death. Your own are doing well in Saudi Arabia. They are doing well everywhere they are on earth. You are wicked. This North, listen, I don't care who gets angry. You know what I'm saying. I am saying it out of love from my heart. I believe in one Nigeria. Why can't they not be dismantled? Let them come into the mainstream of Nigeria. Let them get the same level of education that we have. Let them get access to really good teachers teaching them. You see, that was where Osman Fodio, Amado Bello came. That the Igbos, when you give them one place, then the next time they want to become foremen, they want to become a supervisor. If an Igbo man was allowed to teach in schools in the North the way he would want to teach, your children would be very good. Yes. But you don't teach them, you don't have the qualified people to teach you, and then you want to rule me. No, that time is gone. That is what we are talking about now. You're not going to ride on the back of that Northern nationalism to start anything anymore. We want an open Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that has openness, that has equal access to opportunity to the Hausa man, to Yoruba child. Yes, a car person, Mundokwa, everybody, yes, in it. Like the diversity we have here in the United States. I can go to anywhere, me born in Nigeria, I can go to anywhere and get a job. Yes, without being asked to go bring letter from one emir. We don't have no emir here, no king to worship. That is what is good about the democracy here. What are we practicing in Nigeria? You say you are copying American democracy, but we are not practicing anything near it. Darkness. We got to stop this nonsense. And the time is now.
And
people like El-Rufai'S should never be held.
Military rule, we have suffered that. The military takes power, they do things,
The military takes power, they do things. The military takes power, all the military that take power, how many, they are all Fulanis. You don't see anything wrong in them. How many of you challenge them? Tell me, how have you challenged a Fulani military man? Tell me. Now let me prove you wrong. Tell me, when they come to power, they come for you. And Amune, all right? And with them in power, they don't respect anybody. They destroy and destroy and destroy at will. Yes. What? Come tell me. Go to the Nigerian army to see what the level of devastation. Go to any of the armed service. Yusuf Bichi. Who is he? DSS director, right? Boko Haram came and operated for 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. Bichi and his men were nowhere to be found because he was complicit. All of you need to be arrested and really put through trial. You are wicked. What you guys have done to Nigeria is unbelievable. What you guys have done to Nigeria is just heinous. Yes, this little clique, what they did to Nigeria. The Nigerians are foolish following them. I don't know what they did to their heads that they can't think. Yes, how will a minority be controlling the whole of Nigeria? Hausa people, I hope you are waking up now to see that you have been used as a huge shackle around Nigeria. When you live in squalor and in abject poverty, it's time. You can go to the same school that they go to. They keep your children and don't give them any form. Yes, they will tell them that it's Allah that made them poor. Does Allah make any poor? Why did Allah not make themselves poor? Why did Allah not make El-Rufai poor? Why did Allah not make his son poor? His son who is in the House of Representatives now. You buy all this baloney from them. Yes, and they are deceiving you. You're only good when they want to cause sectarian violence. Yes, that was how I was injured here. Yes, in the north, Kano, 1991. It's time you people wake up. We love you. We don't hate you. They tell us we hate you. And they tell you to call us kafiri. Any bastard calls me that name. Yes. Yes. And he said it in his recorded video that I played before that. He called somebody kafiri. Yes. That's how retarded they are. We can't continue Nigeria that way. Let's come together to build a real Nigeria without these idiots. And he's like, it's an expired drug. He doesn't understand the power of unity. He doesn't understand the beauty Nigeria will be if everybody came together, regardless of religion, regardless of tribe, because they are greedy and they are selfish, driven by self-interest. They steal from Nigeria in the name of the North, but give absolutely nothing to the people of the North. They are evil. They are mischievous. They are disrespectful. They are savage and cannot be trusted. We waited 64 years with them. They were the first to want to break Nigeria, and they don't talk about that. Now Babangida opened their ass. All right? The coup that they told us was an Igbo coup, even if I know, I've been talking about it. You know, Babangida said it wasn't an Igbo coup. But fucking Babangida himself, why did it take him that long to say? He benefited from the destruction of the Igbos. All right? Look at them now. I tell you, the North is gone. It will never rise again. But there will be Nigeria. Nigeria will rise. And it will be open Nigeria with equal access to opportunity to everybody. Don't worry about all they are doing now to try to intimidate and blackmail us by shooting up our country. The shooting will come to an end one day, and hopefully soon. Because Nigerians will stand up and challenge them. That is where we are heading right now. You can't continue to press us, our backs on the wall right now, because of evil men like El-Rufai. Yes. Come on.
State is a northerner, he messes up, every northerner is blamed. No. Yorubas are very honorable people.
Hey, you have said something different about the Yorubas before. You are a liar, politician,
Who is the
politician, and lies.
person with morals and character and their boy. Okay? So I want people to stop saying it's Southwest. Look, President Tinubu is appointing his own boys. Not because they are Yoruba, but because they are his own boys. And most of the appointments do not even reasonably cover the Southwest. Okay, so people should stop confusing the two. The appointments are not balanced. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Right. You cannot argue.
Well, we punish all of you who brought Tinubu. The hell Tinubu is on the people of Nigeria. You have no moral background, moral standpoint, no moral platform to stand. Yes. Yes. Bigots.
About that. It's still not too late. He can correct it. But there is palpable anger in the north.
And there's no palpable anger in the rest of Nigeria. Selfish idiots.
You cannot go to the north and say vote for APC or vote for Tinubu today. But it's 2 years to the elections. It's not too late to correct things. And he knows I have passed this message through many of those close to him. I hope they have the guts to tell him.
Right. I mean, you've talked quite a bit about the North in general and Kaduna, your state in particular. What's your profile like there now? I mean, I'm wondering what sort of relationship you have with your successor, Governor Uba Sani.
Look, Uba Sani has been my friend for many, many years. But he is not my friend anymore. Because for me, the word friendship is a very important concept. God gave us our relatives. He chose our relatives for us. We have no choice. But thank God we can choose our friends. And for me, a friend is someone that has some fidelity, some ethical and moral standards, and will be there.
Like you do, right?
Not when there is time to party or enjoy. And I try to live that. Okay? And those that are my friends know that I will be there for them when they need me, and I will rise and defend them. That's what I call friend. Ubasani is not my friend. Nobody is not my friend. They were friends at some point.
Yeah, that's to say you.
Okay?
There is fire in that knot. That knot has to die.
Don't comment
Not
any job
driven by a minority elitist Fulanis. We die.
interview.
We want an open Nigeria. Yes, that will have room for everybody. We don't want tribalists. We don't want hypocrites. We don't want extremists. We want true Nigerians.
Classmate in Barewa, Mohammed Bello, became minister and wanted to see me repeatedly, so I decided to drive into his office. I don't comment with what I'm done with. So I won't comment about Kaduna. Those that say I am relevant or not relevant in Kaduna, I don't comment on that. Let us wait. In 2027, we will see who is relevant.
You are not relevant, and 2027 will come and go. But I do not even want that 2020. I want a revolution in Nigeria, not your 2027. Now, it's time to tell you guys that Nigeria is Nigeria, not an emirate.
Money that was simply spirited away, according to them, with no projects to show for it, leaving the state horribly indebted. He felt it was his responsibility because he is the chief executive of the state. And, I mean, it's not a matter of friendship. It's about responsibility to the people of Kaduna State. You denied the charges, calling them a political witch hunt, insisting that you governed with integrity. And you suggest that the motive is to damage your political prospects.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Look, if the State House of Assembly is investigating my administration and they have questions, I think the basic principles of fair hearing require that I am invited. I was never invited. Okay? I have read the report of the State House of Assembly where at the end of the report they said 423 billion was siphoned out. There is nowhere in the report where they tabulated that 423 billion from where to where. Money doesn't disappear these days. Money is all electronic. From where did this money move to where? Okay? And the State Assembly recommended that I should be investigated by ICPC and EFCC, blah, blah, blah. I told my guys, calm down. They want us to investigate. We responded. I said, this is nonsense. Because the state, Kaduna State, earned about 900 billion in the 8 years I was in office. Now, 45% of that disappearing, I would like to see from where it came. And out of that 900 billion, 500 something billion was salaries and overheads. Okay? So I really want to see a breakdown where that money was taken from and where. Now, when we responded and got the report, I told my commissioners, government is big. A lot can happen below your level that you don't know. So let's not say anything. Let's wait and see. The anti-corruption agencies, particularly ICPC, have been inviting our people. They have found nothing since then. Okay? An administration that's supposed to have siphoned away 423 billion. So far, 2 people have been charged. One for 64 million that was paid to his account as reimbursement for something he did for the government. Another for, I think, 115 million that they said he sold government properties and the money didn't get to the account. The money went into the account and they know. Okay? I thought my commissioners or any one of us would be charged for billions. But these are paltry amounts. Now, what's happening in the ICPC? The EFCC has done its investigations and they have not charged anybody because there is nothing. All right? But the ICPC, whose chairman is the brother of a friend of ours called Faruk Adamu Aliyu, who is a very close friend of Nuhu Ribadu, reports to Nuhu Ribadu on this. This project of destroying Nasiru El-Rufai is Nuhu Ribadu's conception. He's the architect and he's the builder of that project and he's the one working with Ubasani to implement it. So far, it has been frustrating for them because they have not been able to find anything. In fact, what they have resorted to doing in the last 2 weeks is to be calling lower-level people and some of my officials and saying, implicate Nasir El-Rufai and your problems will go away. This is what the ICPC has become. The EFCC is far more professional. They have, done a much better job of it. And now that we have seen that the whole thing is a charade, we are going to start fighting back. Okay? Charles, I've been in public service for a long time. I was advisor to Abdulsalam Abubakar. I've been DG of BPE, I've been Minister of FCT, and Governor of Kaduna State. I swear to you, I have never
you will die.
Taken a
Liar.
that I'm not entitled to. In fact, in Kaduna State, in my first term of office, because we took a vow along with my late deputy governor that we'll be donating 50% of our salaries and allowances back to the state coffers. I did that. I gave my own entitlements to the government, and I have treasury receipts for that. Right. I have never taken a penny of it. But somebody wants to destroy my reputation. Why? Nobody wants to be president in 2031.
Let there be fight among you all. Yes. Let that house scatter because you don't gather for the good of Nigeria.
I have to say thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us and also to say that Nuhu Ribadu members of the APC have a right of reply if they want to reply to the things you have said here. But it's been an absolute delight having you here. And your forthrightness is always appreciated. Thank you very much indeed.
Forthrightness. You're not well, Charles.
State, and this was the first interview he's granted to any news organization since he left public office in May 2023. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Charles.
That's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Join us again tomorrow. From me and the entire team here in Abuja, bye-bye and thank you for watching.
Yes, fellow Nigerians, you heard by yourself from El-Rufai. And I started this stream with what happened in 2023. You know, we don't say what we don't know. What we reported, we quoted him verbatim, and you saw his image where he was making his speech in Hausa. A lot of things he said in that broadcast or that video record, he said a direct opposite of them in this interview that he was given by Mr. Charles Aniagolo. A disappointment in my own opinion because of his validation of the divisive rhetoric that has kept our country disunited and disorganized. I would think that somebody from that type of media organization should be one that would be saying things that unites the country and not say some of those divisive things like North and South. And emphatically not, as if the North is the king of Nigeria. So we have to disabuse our minds like that and be more responsible. We want a more responsible media in Nigeria to drive the destiny of Nigeria, so all of us can get along. The thing with the elites in the North is that they never want the country to unite. They talk about the unity of Nigeria only when they want to steal from the people of Nigeria and not for any other reason. They don't care about Nigeria. What they care about is that Phantom North. They make it look like it's another country and that competes, you know, with the main sovereignty of Nigeria. And it's an evil spirit, by the way, that nobody wants. And that is why Nigeria, that place is retarded. That's the reason why the people there are poor, so poor, because they are marginalized by their own people. They are exploited by crooks like El-Rufai. Yes, you want us to name them? Nuhu Ribadu and all that. Yes. Which one is the governor of Bauchi State and all that? They all harp on their people, abuse them, exploit them. They don't care about the people. Yes, especially the Hausa people. They trash those people and make them so poor, so they'll be more vulnerable to control. And this is the reason why we are asking that you got to break out of that and come into the mainstream of Nigeria and be the best Nigerians you can be. Nigerians with access to education. Yes, we want a Nigeria where an Hausa man can come to Delta State, pick up a job and do it, not to be a Messiah. The reason why they end up being Messiah is because of the wicked policy in the north of Nigeria. Yes, the wicked, very wicked policy that targets the Hausa people and then make them non-entities in their land, even though they are the overwhelming majority. How come a Fulani has to be the emir of Kano, but with the majority, overwhelming majority of Hausa people? It tells you that something is not right. And the earlier Nigeria addresses all this, the better for them. But I hear some people say they want to form a republic of northern Nigeria. It would be interesting who wants to go to that. Would they have the Hausa people there, or who? Would there be Hausa people sign up being there? Oh, well, who knows? You know, and then are they going to have the people from Benue? I doubt it. Are they going to have the people from Plateau being in the Republic of the North? I doubt it. Are they going to have the people of Kogi to join them in the Republic of the North? I doubt it. I doubt it. All right. Nasarawa may not even want to be part of it. Yes. So, but people, politicians will say all kinds of stupid things to keep the people repressed and divided. We don't want them anymore. This generation of politicians, they need to be retired. Yes. And I wish Nigerians can see what I am seeing so they can rise up and just take their country back. For me, I will continue to preach the message. It is getting into some ears, and some people are beginning to wake up, and we will not stop until we reach that critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians required to create an exodus so we can get away from the old England Nigeria. Good night and good morning. Good whatever it is, wherever you are. Much love from me, Smart Mado Ajaja, anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International, and the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite. Please do share this message and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook from this place where this broadcast is being made at Nigeria, Open Nigeria 1 on Facebook. And on YouTube is at Nigeria Now or on ONN. Follow us. Let us expand this message and expand our vision for Nigeria. Bye for now.